Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for checking me out. Today, I wanted to go over the must-know beginner or intermediate, really anybody, blues licks. So let's get into it. I have about 5 for you and 1 bonus if you stick around to the end. So please consider doing that, and let's get to the lesson. Okay, so like I was saying in the intro, today I wanted to show you my top 5 beginner guitar riffs for blues licks, and a bonus 6-1 here in the end, so please stick around till the end for a really cool one. So we're going to do these all out of the key of E. Want to do a E blues, which is typically a 1-4-5. We'll just get straight to it. It's an E, an A 7, and a B dominant 7. Okay, so that's the context we're kind of playing around today. So definitely, without a doubt, the most basic blues lick all beginners have to learn. Start with just the blues scale. If you're uninitiated, that scale goes open E string, G note on the 3rd fret, A, B flat, B, D, 2nd fret D string to bring us back to E at our root. But where the magic really lies is in that this flat 5 situation we have here, going from 4, sharp 4, or flat 5, same thing, here to our B note, to our 5th. And it happens again down here on the G string. And in context, it's a lick, sounds like this. We're going from G note to our A to our B flat. We can't hang on that note. Against the root, it sounds really dissonant and terrible, but the idea with the blues note is you kind of flirt with it. On to the next lick. This one's a classic. I'm going to bring us up here to our 12th fret, E bar chord. I feel like this bar chord shape really helps demonstrate this one. So what this one is we're going to take a minor triad bar chord, or 12th fret, 12th fret, 12th fret, any bottom 3 string here. And on this G string, we're going to hammer in the neighboring fret, so the 13th fret here, while strumming all the other 3 strings as a chord. That's your blues lick. Or do it up here. So you could do that here. 3rd fret to the 4th fret. So kind of combining the 2 there. Okay. So any sort of bar chord shape you have, in the middle of it, 14, 13, 12, you have this little triad here. And this note that your middle finger is on, the G string, is your 3rd. So if you let go of it, you you have a minor chord now. And when you put this third back, this middle finger, you get the major third. So minor to major, which is the sound of the blues. We're flirting back and forth. All your favorite blues tacticians, they know how to blend major and minor. That's the whole sound. Your Eric Claptons, your B.B. Kings, your Albert Kings, your Freddie Kings, your Marcus Kings, all these kings. If you want to be a king, learn these licks, okay? All right, so on to the next one. We've been doing a lot of just scale-based stuff, mixing minor and major, which, like I said, is the sound of the blues. But another big part of it is chromaticism. So a blues turnaround, the end of your blues, in case you're uninitiated, I'll just play it real fast for you. In your blues, you have like your normal 12 bars. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but the gist is this. Your 1 chord, your 4 chord, back to your 1, your 5, down to your 4, and then this turnaround part, back on the 1, and sometimes goes back to the 5 to punctuate that tension back to home. So a lot of times you hear these turnaround licks, and I think maybe the first one I ever learned, so one that really sticks out to me, and that's just a descending turnaround lick. So that minor to major third thing again is all part of it. So up here at the 12th fret, give you a little more context if you were to move this anywhere else. So here's your home bass. We're in E, so around the 12th fret. So we're starting on the 15th fret, and then 15, 14, 13, 12, just walking it down while going back and forth with the high E string 12th fret. And then a root, minor to major third. Bring it home. So one more time. All right, so on to the next. This one's not exactly a lick, but it's definitely something I see in blues, and it goes like this. So we're in the key of E. I'm gonna move it actually to here now. So let's do this guy. 7, 6, 7, 7. This is an E9 chord now. It's a little bit spicier of a blues chord, but you hear this all the time. So the half step slide trick is this. So you're on your chord. So just like the name would indicate, you take a chord, you go a half step above it, take the whole shape and slide up into it. You can even double slide. Or something that's a little more common in a blues jam, when you have like 5 guitarists on stage and a bass player and all these people playing your low notes and your high notes, they're all over the place. So we're gonna just stick to the middle. D string and G string. We're just gonna grab a small little 2-note section of this chord. So for context again, our chord is starting on the A string, 7th fret, 6th fret on the D, 7, 7 on the G and B. But I'm just gonna take 6th fret on the D string and 7th fret on our G string, and do our half-step slide trick. So with the bass, it'd be like. And then you just move that through the whole chord progression, your 1, 4, 5, your E, A, and B7. So this note right here is our minor 7, and then we just have our major 3rd here. So if this was a minor blues, for context, you would just take this note right here, your 3rd, and flatten that note. And now you have a minor blues thingy. So don't discount these really small 2-note chords. They can be really powerful, you know. If you're just playing single notes the whole time and then you hit a nice little dyad, you know, don't discount these things, guys. Smoke on the Water. Smoke on the Water was dyads. To the next one here, and we're spicing things up a little bit here. Those last licks, really good for maybe some acoustic blues. This could certainly work here too, but I'd say this is a little more electric, the way I hear it, just in my head, I guess. But this is calling this one the Jimmy Page. So starts here on our G string. We're gonna bend up to our blues note. And in this one, you can almost kind of overshoot it, but let's carry on here. G string, half step bend. And then we're gonna bar 5, 5, B string, E string. And that's a good place to start. That's a lick in itself right there. Bend, choke it, and then B string, E string. If you want to get a little more Johnny B. Good with it, you can do that bend. While you're bending it, go up, return, back up, while still. Just your blues lick again. I moved this to the key of A. Sorry about that. Didn't even realize, but put it back in E over here. You could do it up here, which, you know, sounds pretty cool. 2nd fret, bending up, our half step there. Just open B string, E string. Hit it with the flirt with our blues lick. And then minor to major 3rd there. It all works together. Blues is kind of a schmishmash of a bunch of vocabulary that you have from your mind that you've made up, borrowing, of course, from the greats, from our inspirations, and just passing along to the next generation. So I know there's a blues dad trope out there, for good reason, absolutely. The boomer bend, coined by our friend Tim Henson out there. But you know what? This stuff is Western music. This is where it all derives from. And enough of my soapbox. All right, so the last one here the bonus. And thank you so much for sticking around. You've really earned this one. But it might be the classic rock and roll blues lick, and it's a combination of a little bit of everything we've put together today. So we're calling this one the Chuck Berry. So very similar to the Zeppelin. We're utilizing this 12-12 bar and our minor major third thing here. But now we're really just striking. And we can do the half step bend thing here too as well. You know, so you can put it all together. But the Chuck Berry. So on top of this minor major third you can hammer, you can play with this perfect fourth. Once again, just kind of flirting with it, chromatically, note by note, walking down, just dancing with it. Yes, the Chuck Berry, probably where it all started. Back to the Future, gotta love Marty. So, a way I've seen this lick as well, start on our root, D string, 14th fret. 14th fret, 12, 13, 14, and your 12-12 bar. Also very Beach Boys. So a lot of things from that era. This one's definitely like where you can put it, all the things together. All right, so I hope you found this must-know beginner blues licks entertaining today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again so much. Let's go to the outro. Thank you so much for checking out the video again today, and if you did find it educational or entertaining, please consider hitting subscribe down below, liking, sharing with friends, other people trying to go on the guitar journey, and thank you so much again. We'll see you next time.
Beep, beep.